Welcome to Derbyshire, on the edge of the glorious Peak District, the Derwent Valley down there, the Amber Valley over there, but more specifically we're at the Crich Memorial Tower just up the hill from Crich itself. So this is a very important structure. It was built in 1923 to commemorate those that lost their lives in the First World War in the Sherwood Foresters Regiment. It's also since been dedicated to people that lost their lives in the Second World War and various conflicts since then. There's been a structure here since around about 1760. It was a wooden structure back then, and it's taken various shapes in the years since. But it's quite a local landmark, really. When I'm toing and froing from work and various places, I can see this structure pretty much every day because it sits in a prominent position up on the hill here. Also, at night time, at particular times in the year, I can't quite remember when, but it seems to be in summer, there is a little lamp at the top there that's illuminated, and it turns around and you can see it, a beacon sat here at the top of the hill. So just down in the valley there is the River Derwent. Also just off the cliff here in the quarry is the Crich Tramway Museum, or the National Tramway Museum. I've already walked down to the gate there just to show you it quickly in the intro to the video. So I set off this morning from Buckland Hollow at the Excavator pub, and I retraced what was the Cromford Canal down towards Sawmills, and then I walked up to Crich itself. While I'm on the subject, I'm just going to swap hands here. This cannon is quite heavy. While I'm on the subject of the Cromford Canal, if you'd like to watch a video I did around about 2 years ago now, I walked from Cromford down the famous section to Ambergate, and then I retraced its original course to Langley Mill. If you'd like to watch that, it's in the description. I'll also put it on the screen now for you to click. You could always watch it after this one. So I'm here for a wander, but I'm also going to meet my friends Ray and Jay in the regular bushcraft forest for our first camp of 2016. So let's do it. Let's get walking. So, I think when I first passed my driving test, Crich Stand was one of the first places that I drove up to. And another one of the times that I came was when my father came over from Australia, and I think it must have been 2002. I've just checked, and I've just been to find one of the original geocaches that was first to be hidden back in the UK. Obviously geocaching has taken off a lot in the last 5 or 6 years, since the fact that now you can go finding them on your smartphone. But it was one of the first in the British Isles. I remember when my father first came over in 2001, I think there was only 4 or 5 geocaches in the whole of the UK, and now there is absolutely thousands. I know for a fact along this walk alone there's a nice circuit you can do. I think there's about 10, but there's thousands in this local area alone. So yeah, you shall not pass. To improvise with this, I think. Try not to fall over while recording at the same time. That'll do. And here we are. I'm just arriving in the forest now. That was a nice walk, around about 10 miles, something like that. About 4.5 hours. I think I've earned a sit down now. So in the background there you might not be able to see it because of the focus, but there's Jay and Ray. Good afternoon, boys. So here we are. There's Jay.
Good afternoon.
And there's Ray.
Hello.
And for impartiality, there's Ray and there's Jay.
Hello.
Right. Dinner time, is it?
I'm hungry.
How you feeling, Ray? You good?
Yes, good, yeah. Looking forward to
Good.
tonight. Oh,
Good to be back out again.
certainly is, yeah.
I think I'm probably going to set up there. And you know what? I'm probably going to make the Flying Diamond because it's tradition and why change a good thing? And we're back. So I've got the Flying Diamond set up. I've also broken out the hoodie because I'm quite cold. It's not quite cold enough for the hood actually up. That's a bit of an overkill. But as is tradition, we've got some noodles on the go. On Jay's little stove. What's this thing called, Jay?
It is actually, I can't recall the name of it.
Think fast.
It's some kind of Chinese import thing.
Knock
but
off.
Titanium, £8. But it's seriously lightweight and it works perfectly.
Yeah, it weighs absolutely nothing, which is quite interesting. So I need to upgrade my pocket rocket thingy. Yeah. So I think it's food time, and then what time are we allowed the fire, Ray?
We're looking 7 o'clock, I think, tonight.
7 o'clock.
No, maybe in probably half an hour or so.
It is dropping cold actually.
It is, yeah.
Maybe it's because I was just.
Mist, isn't it?
I've been lay on the bivvy for about half an hour just relaxing after I got it set up. So I've been very lazy. I've done absolutely nothing. What's it called, Jay?
BRS.
BRS. That's the only information we have at the minute.
That's all.
But it looks quite good for £8 as well. It's
£8.
not bad, and it weighs nothing. Right. It weighs nothing. Just thought I'd say that again because I've said it twice. Right. Okay. It's firewood collection time after food. So I've just come a quick wander out the forest to capture some of the last few rays of light that we're going to have. It's quite hazy, which is a shame really, but we are due some quite bad weather throughout the night. It was looking like it was going to be bad all day, to be honest, and I was kind of disheartened because it has been really terrible, the weather, over the last, well, month or two, something like that. Obviously we've had the floods in Cumbria and Yorkshire and places like that in the UK just recently, and I'm really looking forward to spring, I think, and some more daylight hours. Yeah, it's nice to get some nighttime lapses done and things like that, but I crave the extra daylight. It's hitting me hard this year, I think, you know, the lack of daylight hours. I want to get up there and get out there in the morning, but it's quite uninspiring when it's dark, cold and rainy outside. Okay, so I'm going to wander back in the forest now, and I suppose it really is time that I help collect some wood as well. One thing that I did forget today, well, two things that I forgot. My head torch, which Ray very kindly picked up for me, but after I've been out for a few hours I realised that I'd only got one battery as well for the camera, so I'll get as much footage as I can. I mean, I'll probably have to swap cameras anyway when it gets a little bit darker, but yeah, it'll be iPhone from then on, I think. And welcome. Ray and Jay, you can probably hear them in the background just watching Jay's 2015 highlights video, but I'm going to batten down the hatches, I think, because the bad weather is due to arrive around about midnight. I think it's about 11:30 now, so should be an interesting night because it's due to rain until about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's due to rain hard, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it won't leak in the night. But if it does, and he wakes me up, I will bring you back for more of the action. But if not, I'll see you in the morning. And we're awake. We survived the night. What time did it start raining? About 1? Yeah, about 1. It absolutely threw it down, and it's thrown it down since then, pretty much. It's stopped a little bit now, which is good. We're just getting the dripping from the trees. So it's time to pack away and head back down to the car. And we're all packed away. I packed away the lazy way this morning. I just rolled everything up in the bivvy and chucked it straight in the bag. What can I say? The Army Gore-Tex bivvy bag that I've had about 10 years is slowly starting to show signs of wear. Only just this trip, if I'm honest. Excuse me. The seam sealing tape, which runs along a seam on the inside of a seam that's like chest length, is starting to come away, and yeah, that's going to need fixing, because at particular points I can see daylight. So luckily I was under the tarp. Obviously my feet were hanging just out of the tarp by about a foot, no pun intended there. My feet were hanging out the tarp, and yeah, a little bit of water has got through onto my sleeping bag, and that is the first time it's ever let me down. I didn't feel, to be honest, I wasn't even sure that it had. It was only when I took the sleeping bag out this morning that there was a little bit of moisture down there. So either I need to reproof it or possibly get a new one, but it's had a good innings, 10 years, and we've used it a heck of a lot. Right, okay, I've got work in 2 hours, so I need to get home, get all this dry or wet kit out of the bag, try and dry it somehow, or put it to dry, and then get myself to work. So let's get walking. It is the law, you have to get this shot every time, even though we can't see anything this morning. But yeah. Where are we? Horshall Common. Looks like the cylinder from War of the Worlds. Onwards. The River Amber's looking pretty full at the moment. And we're back in Ashover. That was a good one. So as always, thanks for watching, commenting, liking, everything that goes with it. Sorry it's a bit shorter than usual. But it's raining and the cannon is hidden in the bag. Right, so it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from these guys as well. Right, goodbye.